Once upon a time, in a cozy little town, there was a bright yellow house. And inside this house lived two siblings, Aanya, who was 8 years old, and her little brother Rowan, who was 5. They loved playing, exploring, and creating grand adventures right in their own home. One evening, their parents had to go to a wedding. They hugged Aanya and Rowan goodbye and said, "Be good for Julie. We'll be back late." Julie was the neighborhood's most famous babysitter. She was 12, with a cheerful smile and a knack for turning any ordinary evening into something truly magical. The moment Julie walked through the door, her eyes sparkling with fun, she announced, "All right, team. Are you ready to turn this evening into an epic adventure?" Aanya and Rowan's faces lit up. They clapped their hands and shouted, "Yes." Julie set down her special backpack, which she called her bag of wonders. It wasn't just any bag. It was practically a treasure chest. First, she pulled out a roll of shiny, colorful stickers, stars, smiley faces, and glittery animals. "Rule number 1 of our adventure," she declared, "is that we must all wear our official adventure badges." They each picked a sticker and proudly placed it on their shirts. Next, she brought out a stack of beautifully illustrated story cards. Each card had a picture on one side and a single sentence on the other. "These aren't just cards," Julie whispered mysteriously. "They're clues to our quest." Then, out came 3 paper crowns. 1 gold, 1 silver, and 1 bronze. "Every adventurer needs a crown," she said, placing them on their heads. Finally, she pulled out a tiny but powerful flashlight. "And this," she said, flicking it on and off, "will help us see in the dark and find hidden treasures." With their crowns on and stickers gleaming, Julie held up the flashlight. "Our first mission," she announced, "is the Great Living Room Treasure Hunt." She explained that a grumpy old dragon had hidden a treasure somewhere in the room, and they had to find it. The grumpy old dragon was actually their fluffy cat, Mittens, who was snoozing peacefully on the armchair. "We must be very quiet so we don't wake the dragon," Rowan whispered, tiptoeing dramatically. Aanya, ever the strategist, grabbed the flashlight. "I'll be the lead scout," she said. Their first clue was one of Julie's story cards. It showed a picture of a big, soft mountain. HMM. A soft mountain, Aanya pondered. Rowan's eyes widened. "The couch," he yelled, pointing to the big, squishy sofa. They scurried over and tucked between the cushions. They found the next clue. This card had a picture of a tall, dark tower filled with books. "The bookshelf," Aanya exclaimed. They carefully searched the shelves, their flashlight beam dancing over the book spines. Behind a large book of fairy tales, they found a small, decorated box. Aanya slowly opened it. Inside wasn't gold or jewels, but something even better, 3 delicious chocolate coins wrapped in gold foil. They had found the dragon's treasure. They each ate their chocolate coin, feeling like victorious heroes. After their successful treasure hunt, Julie announced the next part of their adventure, building a fortress. "Every team of adventurers needs a base," she explained. They gathered all the pillows from the couch, blankets from the chairs, and even a few dining room chairs to create a magnificent fort in the middle of the living room. It had tunnels to crawl through, windows to peek out of, and a cozy main chamber lit by the soft glow of a lamp. They brought their stuffed animals inside to guard the fortress walls. It was their very own castle, and they were its brave rulers. Once their fortress was complete, Julie said, "Now it's time for the Royal Storytelling Festival." Inside their cozy fort, with the flashlight pointing up to the blanket ceiling like a campfire, they took turns telling stories using the story cards. Julie started, picking a card with a picture of a brave knight. "Once, there was a knight who was afraid of butterflies," she began, making Aanya and Rowan giggle. Then it was Anya's turn. She picked a card showing a magical flying ship. Her story was about a brave queen who flew her ship to the moon to have a picnic with the stars. Rowan's story was the funniest of all. He picked a card with a silly-looking monster and told a tale about a monster who only ate broccoli and loved to dance the tango. They laughed so hard their pillow fort almost collapsed. As the evening wore on, the adventures became a little quieter. It was getting close to bedtime. Julie looked at her watch and said, "Adventurers, it's time for our final quest, the journey to dreamland." Aanya and Rowan groaned a little, not wanting the fun to end. "Don't worry," Julie smiled. "The adventure continues in your dreams." She helped them get ready for bed, brush their teeth, and change into their pajamas. She told them that brushing their teeth was like polishing their armor for the night's battles against sugar bugs. Once they were tucked into their beds, Julie sat between them. "Every great adventure story ends with a final chapter," she said softly. She started a new story. This one not from the cards, but from her imagination. It was a calming tale about two brave explorers who sailed on a fluffy cloud ship, floating gently across a starry sky. They visited sleepy planets where the trees whispered lullabies, and the rivers flowed with warm milk and honey. As Julie's voice grew softer and softer, Anya's and Rowan's eyelids grew heavier and heavier. Soon, the two little adventurers were fast asleep, smiles on their faces, dreaming of cloud ships and star picnics. When their parents came home, they found the house quiet. In the living room, a magnificent pillow fort stood as a testament to the evening's fun. And upstairs, their two children were sleeping soundly, their paper crowns resting on their nightstands. Julie quietly told them about the treasure hunt, the fortress, and the storytelling festival. Aanya and Rowan's mom smiled. It wasn't just a night of babysitting. It was a night of memories, a night of pure, simple joy. It was a night Aanya and Rowan would remember as their epic adventure with Julie, the best babysitter in the whole world. And they couldn't wait for the next one. Thanks for watching our story today. We hope it brought a smile to your face. If you enjoyed Aanya and Rowan's adventure, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more fun stories. See you next time.